Every night should be Naz Reid beach towel night. Every night. Timberwolves get the 104-91 win at home against the 3 seed in the East Cleveland Cavaliers, who were missing significant players, 3 stars in this one. That's kind of been the case with that team just about all year, but still a formidable team finding ways to win games underhanded, as are the Timberwolves. But we would just be missing Karl Anthony Towns in this game as we get Rudy Gobert back. Anthony Edwards still plays, even though he's questionable, and Naz Reid is back for this one after many games, or just 2 games. We were missing all of our bigs. And Naz Reid comes back on his towel night, hits a big-time triple in that fourth quarter, and the entire arena's just waving those beach towels. It looked so immaculate and wonderful in that arena. I wish I was there. But, I mean, just magical to watch. Jim Pete was talking about having goosebumps in that moment, and I'm just sitting there smiling, laughing, just so happy in that moment. And this night wasn't even the Naz night entirely, kind of up and down with his shooting. It was really about the mini-men. Mike Conley and Jordan McLaughlin, 2 of the smallest players on this team. Boy, did they step up. Let's start with Mike. I think it was 21 points he ended with, but some of the biggest highlights on the defensive end. He gets a poke away steal, ball's heading out of bounds. He's able to hop out, save it, hit it off of LeVert to go out of bounds. And then he has the block. Oh, the block he gets on Niang and goes over and talks his shit over to the Wolves bench all hyped up. And it actually was picked back up by Niang on the block, and then J-Mac swoops in, steals it, gets the ball over to Naz, who blows by Jared Allen for a hammer slam. And that was just the play that encapsulated this entire night. You got the big play from Conley. J-Mac swoops in, Naz with the finisher. And that was so magical. I think that put us up 14 in that fourth quarter and was a big part of that spurt that was just deadly for these Cavaliers. Other things that are deadly, Jay McDaniels' jump shot in the fourth quarter. This dude is a clutch shooter. I've just been noticing it his entire career with us. I've pointed out other things in clutch time where he usually is making like defensive mistakes or just kind of mental miscues where he just makes an immature play that hurts us. But man, the dude's got some stones to knock down tough jumpers in the fourth, and you'd hope the maturity things will come along too. He's still a young player. It's not like that can't be ironed out, but it's kind of the noticeable trend for me. He'll make some dumb decisions in the clutch time that you're just like, how? But he's hitting jumpers, and you think that the rest can come along, and that's impressive. He had a great game. Well, I guess kind of up and down, but he had 5 stocks. The second half out of Jaden was really impressive. Some big-time blocks. I mentioned the jump shooting. And when he's on, we're just a different team. He's the big-time X factor. And to talk about another note there, Rudy Gobert, he handled switches with Garland super well. I think that's one of the main things that you can prop up on top of his Defensive Player of the Year case outside of the obvious, is that he guards better on the perimeter than I'd ever really call Rudy doing. Like, he's really moving well against guards. He can hold his own. He gets a block on one of Garland's kind of step-back jumpers in this one on a switch. And he is moving his feet so much better and more willing to be on the perimeter. It is impressive. He also got some really great lobs from Conley in this game. Conley with just masterful toss-ups there. And the all-around game out of Mike was special in this one. The other mini-man that I haven't talked about too much that I wanted to focus this video on was Jordan McLaughlin. He goes 4 for 4 in the first half on threes. 11 minutes in that first half, 12 points, and just ripping with jumpers. And I've talked about how he's having a career year from the arc and a big-time recovery year after a down year last year. And it's been so impressive. He's always making the right plays. Now that the jumper is also there, it is so amazing. He's also a stealthily good rebounder, too. You look at the box score frequently, and you're like, oh, this dude's getting this many boards when he's the shortest player out there. But J-Mac has a tremendous, sneaky good vertical, and his timing is spectacular, as well as his intuition. So he's able to find that ball, jump at the perfect time where he gets to it before anyone, and he also will get his eyes darting to make a good outlet pass. He's also so fast, loves to inject pace into the game. And so him getting boards is almost more valuable than anyone else except for maybe like Anthony Edwards because he can go coast to coast, kind of do anything, and he's got the athleticism. And speaking of man, wasn't a great offensive game out of him, but the amount of pressure the Cavs were putting on him and attention was enormous. So he kind of just made the right play in multiple scenarios and let other people cook, and it worked out. That was a really fun game. I am a bit envious of those that got a Naz Reid beach towel. What a perfect promotion. That's a good one. I think those are the main things we got to cover. Our next game is on Sunday against the Warriors at 6 p.m. I think it's another one at home. And then our next one's maybe Wednesday. I don't know. I'll keep you updated. We'll be on top of it. Good win. Peace out.